throughout my life, I've always really been somewhat a jealous person. I remember during my childhood, I would have this friend, and I would be quite jealous that he was popular, that he could speak to people, that he had charisma. But eventually, I thought that I had, destroyed this belief in my mind. I thought I was finally free from jealousy because I had gotten on self-improvement. I had started improving myself. I started working out and reading and doing all these habits that are supposed to be good for you and help you become a better person. And I remember that I met this guy during this period of my life, and he was on the same boat. He was working out, he was reading, he was doing all these different things as well. And I remember that there was this one day where we were both in class in school, and we were talking to this group of girls and group of guys too, and we were speaking, and I remember he gave one of his viewpoints on discipline. Discipline is about not listening to your feelings and doing what's right. And I remember he said something along those lines, exactly what I thought, exactly what I believed. And yet, when he said those words, when he talked about discipline like that, I told him to shut up. I told him, bro, no one's talking to you. That's what I told this guy. And it was one of the moments that I most regret in my life. Because inside, I absolutely 110% believed in him. I 110% believed the exact same thing. But I wanted to make him feel bad. And at that time, I didn't really know why I wanted to do that. It was just kind of an impulse, and I did it. But after that moment, I really could tell that the jealous version of me had resurfaced. That the jealous version of me was not gone. The jealous persona that I had in childhood hadn't disappeared. It was still there inside me. And it hurt me so much to realize that. But I'm very thankful for it, because it opened my eyes and it helped me to really look at my jealousy and try to make it better. Jealousy is a horrible feeling, because inside, basically what it says is that you are not the person that is at the level that the people you envy are. That you are inferior to other people, and that you need to pull them down in order for you to be on the same level as them. That's what jealousy really is. It's you being inferior. At that moment, this guy had been working out. He'd been focusing on self-improvement throughout this whole year. He had been so dedicated. Honestly, I was into self-improvement, but I wasn't as into it as him. I wasn't working as hard as him. I like to goof around sometimes. I like to hang out. He was military style discipline. I wanted to be like him. I wanted the results that he had. I envied his discipline. And so the only way that I could combat it, I couldn't be more disciplined because I wanted to still goof around. I had to put him down because I thought that would bring him down to my level, which it didn't. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 tools that you can use to stop being like a crab. A crab meaning someone who tries to pull other crabs back into the bucket. How to stop being that person and instead lift the crabs up. Stop being the guy who pulls from below. The first of these tools to combat jealousy is to be closer to the people that you envy. So jealousy and envy, they basically breed, they thrive where you are somewhat close to the person that you're jealous of, but not all the way, right? It thrives when you're friends with them or you're getting to know them, but you don't fully know their backstory. You don't fully know how they are in their own homes. I knew this guy. I didn't go to his house or anything. I didn't know how he interacted with other people. I thought this guy was just completely disciplined. I bet that if I actually really knew this guy, if I had gotten closer, I would say that he's not perfect, because nobody's perfect. And I wouldn't have felt that envy towards him. If you feel like you are always envious of people who are successful, realize that they also have pain. Realize that they suffer too. It's not like they always just get lucky. They suffer. Don't be envious of other people because they have pains that you don't know about. So if you want to stop being envious, a way you can do that is by getting closer to people and really seeing that they are not perfect. The second way to combat jealousy is to have gratitude for what you have. In my life, in the first part of my life, and during childhood, I was really jealous that my friend was popular. But if I had just realized and looked at that and said, my problem is that I'm not popular. That's my problem here. When there are kids who don't even have food around the world, there are kids who don't have food, and this is my problem here. There are kids living in horrible places, in war-torn places, and I'm here complaining that I'm not popular. You have to be grateful for what you have, because your problems are a luxury. Your problems are a luxury to the people who would do anything to be where you are. They would do anything to be where you are. Be grateful for your world. Look outside and be grateful that you can actually see nature. There are places where you can't see anything because it's so cloudy and smoggy. You can't see anything. There's too much smoke. You can't even breathe outside. There are places like that. You live in a place where you can breathe. Be grateful for your whole body. Be grateful for this whole world, because you don't deserve it. You were given it as a gift. The third way to combat jealousy is to be happy in other people's joys. It's to celebrate with them. A lot of times when you're jealous, you're going to be slightly put down. You're going to not feel that good when they tell you an achievement. And when they tell you one of their shortcomings, you're going to feel kind of happy. Don't do that. Be happy when they do well. Be happy for them. Be proud of them. Celebrate with them. Share in that joy. You'll find that you don't feel as jealous anymore. This is basically the abundance mindset. I've spoken about this before, but basically what this means, the abundance mindset says that instead of being the person who gets happy when they have shortcomings, instead of being happy when they fail, I want you to visualize that you are much better than them, that you have won the race, and you are only helping others to go faster, because you don't even feel like you're in competition with them. The people who are jealous feel that they are in constant competition with others. They feel that they have to be better, and that's why they try to pull other people down. Don't do that. Don't be a crab. Don't pull other people down. Imagine yourself that you're above, that you're so great, that you're just going to help them. That's what you do when you share in their joy. Because you don't feel like they're going to compete with you. You don't feel like if you help them, they're going to take over. Visualize that you are farther ahead. And you'll find that when you have this abundance mindset, you will become farther ahead. It will just serve you. The fourth tool that I can give you to combat jealousy is to appreciate greatness. And what I mean by that is, instead of being the guy who gets happy when they have shortcomings, be proud of them when they do well. Instead of being sad when they do well, be proud of them, because they are part of your team. Visualize that they are on your team. They are all part of you. They are helping the human race progress. They are helping the species move forward. They are your team. Celebrate with them. Be proud of them. Tell them, good job, man. I'm proud of you. Thank you for doing this for us. Visualize them as part of you, not enemies, not people you're in competition with, but people that you're together trying to do well in the world. Together. And another way that you can also interpret this is to appreciate the greatness of your own world. Appreciate how beautiful this earth is. Appreciate it in all its glory. Because you realize that in the vastness of space, in the vastness of the universe, you have been born. You must be grateful that you are even here. The fifth way, I believe, is the most powerful way of destroying envy. And it comes from really changing who you are on the inside. As I said before, envy and jealousy, they are just signs that you feel inferior. Signs that you don't feel satisfied with yourself. Signs that you have to pull other people down so that you can be on their level, because you don't believe that you are high enough anyway. So the way to combat this is to work much harder. Is to push yourself more than you've ever pushed yourself. It's to commit. It's to actually be confident by working on yourself again and again and again. Work on yourself. Never let the idea of luck enter your mind. Never let anybody tell you that successful people just got lucky. Always in your mind, it has to be, they just worked harder. They knew something that I didn't do. And when you look at it like that, you will realize that you have the ability to be great. You have the ability to do that. This is where all my views stem from. This is the common principle. I believe that you can improve. I believe that you can become greater through your actions. So you need to work. You need to become confident through your actions. And when you become great, there is no need to compete with the people who are under you, right? There is no need. So always work to push yourself harder. When you envy someone for their success, instead say, I need to work as hard as them. I need to work like they do. I need to work that hard. I need to find that thing, that little insight that they knew that I don't have. And I need to work to find that. I always need to work harder. That's your mindset. That's what will destroy envy. Because when you are confident with yourself, when you are proud of yourself, when you commit to something and you go and do it, you will feel like you are satisfied. There is nothing to want more. Envy is you wanting more. Envy is you feeling like you and someone else are the same, but they got more results than you. That's what envy is. When you actually put in the work, you are satisfied with what you got. You believe that you got what you deserved because you worked for that. A way that I first developed my confidence in this way was by working out, by pushing myself through body weight training. I didn't need to go to the gym. I just did it from home, and I built a physique that I was really proud of. And that destroyed almost all the envy I had. I'm gonna be honest, yeah, there were some times when I was still envious. But the single greatest thing that I did for myself to stop envy from entering into my life was to actually be proud of myself by building a physique that I loved. If you're interested in learning how I did that, check out the link below. With that, I hope that you go out and conquer.